10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abeticola on 312 Sports.
We always award you Forward Progress here on 312 Sports, brought to you by Beer Church Brewing, New Buffalo's brewery-pizzeria in a historic church, wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, small batch craft beer, brunch every day. Visit beerchurchbrewing.com. The Bears get back to it today. We'll get our first injury report. We will see who is out on the practice field preparing for the Steelers coming to Soldier Field at noon. The Bears with that gaudy record of 7-3, first place in the North.
Yep, and then the Steelers coming in also in first place. We still don't know what's happening with their quarterback position. When talking with media, Mike Tomlin did say that they would, starting today, would center around Mason Rudolph and then take it day by day. Okay, so that's how their preparation is going to go.
Do you believe him?
I
don't.
Really?
I don't. I think that it's going to be Rodgers if they can find a brace with which he can play.
I believe Mike Tomlin, but I still think that Aaron Rodgers will start.
Okay.
So I believe that when he met the media yesterday, his approach was, starting today, we're going to focus on Mason Rudolph going forward, but we'll take it day by day. I think, I agree with you in the assessment on that. I do believe Mike Tomlin, but I do think Aaron Rodgers eventually will be the starter.
Fair enough. Asked and answered.
Yeah. So there's a topic that I keep seeing coming up online, different media outlets, of course, Bears fans. This whole idea, Dan, of the Bears deserving respect. And the Bears aren't getting enough respect for where they're at in this current NFL season.
So who said this?
Well, I've seen it a lot, but there's one particular article on NFL.com that I read this morning, and this is not the first one that I've read, and this is Jeffrey Chihita.
Okay.
And he wrote a piece, like the 6 biggest stories from week 11. And one of those stories is Bears deserve more respect than they're getting. So I'm like, all right, so this is another topic that I'm seeing. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just read what he wrote here. Hang on a second. He says, Chicago seems to operate in the shadows of the NFC, which is bizarre given how bad this team has been in previous years. Its 19-17 win of the Vikings just improved its record to 7-3, which is 2 more wins than it had last year, and it's holding first place in the NFC North after Detroit's loss to Philadelphia. That sounds pretty good, like pretty good progress for a second-year quarterback, Caleb Williams, and first-year head coach, Ben Johnson, who was brought in to turn him into a superstar. And that process is taking some time, but the focus on Chicago's offense shouldn't detract from the progress Johnson has made in developing a winning culture. Williams only completed 16 of 32 for 193 on Sunday. He also didn't commit a turnover, which has been a major factor in Chicago's success. Williams only has 4 interceptions this season and 0 lost fumbles. Those numbers mean even more when considering the Bears have forced 22 turnovers and lead the league in turnover margin of plus 16.
Okay, so
you want to know why the Bears are 5-1 in one-score games? It's because of numbers like those. They're not creating the same buzz because the Eagles are the defending NFC champs. The Lions have been the dominant team in the NFC North. The Packers are underwhelming, and the Rams and Seahawks have enjoyed more success. Things might be different if this offense takes off and all those young weapons start making some noise. Until then, we should have greater appreciation for what the Bears are doing.
Who's we?
They may not be as fun to watch as other teams, but their resilience can't be questioned. I just think, Dan, there's an overwhelming theme when talking about this NFL season, particularly in the NFC. Bears fans, Jeffrey Chihita, other reporters. I mean, I've read things on ESPN, seeing things online all over, that the Bears just aren't getting enough respect. There's a ton of memes going on highlighting other teams in the NFL with winning records and first place teams, and the Bears are always kind of like a secondary character in all of that.
All right, this is at the risk of giving myself a migraine.
Okay.
We're sort of entering a hall of mirrors of straw man arguments here.
Okay.
That scares me a little bit because you start to lose where you are. If Jeffrey Chihita is saying, as a writer, if he says, I have not been giving the Bears enough. Let's see, this whole idea of buzz, they haven't gotten the same buzz. Like, it's, if you, as an NFL writer, your writer at NFL.com, just say, I need to pay more attention to the Bears.
Or I need to give them more credit for what they've done.
Right, or I need to dig deeper, or doing this deeper dive has allowed me to appreciate more what they're doing.
And it's not just him. So
part of it is you get too close to the noise that I hate, and we're not immune from certainly being in the crossfire of this, just because of we're all trapped in the algorithm, and this idea, the fanboy, the nature of what has happened to fanboying out, and I do use that term in a derogatory way because it's gross. This whole thing, like, my team's awesome, your team sucks, pay attention to my team, all the stuff I hate in large part about what we do, where all of us should strive to be, there's a time and a place to meatball out during the game, and then there's a time to be level-headed about how you assess the quality of your team. And for people to be like, well, they're not getting respect. How do you show respect? What is this? From whom? How? You don't like my team as much as I like my team? Whatever, man. Like your team. Like whatever you want. But in college sports, where there's this idea of the hidden cabal of the powers that be that rank everybody, and that stuff matters.
And that you can make an argument for your team or a team. Yeah. I don't like that system.
I hate it.
Right.
I hate it.
But that's how it works.
It's primitive and stupid.
Right.
But there's some truth to it. You know, when it comes to giving out the Academy Awards or the Hollywood Foreign Press, or this idea of garnering some respect from this group of critics on a cloud somewhere, it's the NFL. You'll play the games, you'll win or you'll lose, and there's one team that has a parade. And that's it. But the craving for some sort of validation or attention or respect just plays into fanboy culture, which unfortunately has seeped into far too much.
Yeah, and I just wonder, when this article, and again, this is not just about him. There's other articles that I've read about the Bears not getting enough credit or deserve more credit. Like, what does that mean? What does it look like? Like they
from
get,
whom?
They get island games in the NFL scheduling. They get their proper recognition there. They've had 3:00 games. They've had night games.
But again, that's the question. Respect from whom? Do you want Troy Aikman to not say a certain play was lucky? Do you want, I mean, there's people who, like, when they pick up their phone and they go to a national scoreboard on an app, why do I have to scroll down to get the Bears score?
Right. Or
what are we doing?
Is it these opinionated power rankings? You want the Bears higher in a power ranking? I don't understand.
It's the NFL. The power rankings don't mean shit.
I don't, here's the issue I have with this whole, what comes out of this conversation is you can't have a critical thought about a team that is 7-3 and in first place in their division.
I know I can.
And that's the problem I have with the sports fan. Like,
that's a fan's job. It's not the job of somebody at NFL.com to be like, they're not generating much buzz or they're not getting respect. You can just say, it could be your column and say, I have looked deeper into what the Bears are doing and I think more highly of them than I did before.
Or not even acknowledging it, just write about the Bears then if you want to.
Exactly.
Just say, hey, here's a great story from a 7-3 team that is playing well above where it should be right now.
That's what I mean, where it's straw man looking at straw man, and you're finding something to feed when a lot of this just has to do with what the algorithm generates right now that dominates why things are talked about in sports and news.
You think that's the main issue where it comes from? The algorithm generating not only thought and content, but
prioritization.
Leading it, yeah.
I do. I read something the other day. I mean, this is probably a topic for another time, but I'm happy to get into it if you want. That somebody made the point of, well, Pat McAfee runs ESPN, Stephen A. Smith runs ESPN, and the point was made that no, No, they don't. I think it was a comment that Sage Steele made, and I apologize for not remembering where I saw this in the constant flood of information that I'm trying to swim through. That it's not about one person dominating. It's the fact that certain people do things in certain ways that the algorithm likes.
Yeah.
That the virality and with short attention spans and just being noisy and creating clicks and engagement. And I don't want to be old man screaming at cloud. And I'm really not. I understand it. We play the same game too.
Right, we're in it. Right.
We're right in the middle of it when it comes to the way we generate revenue.
I mean, we're learning it. We're getting better at it, and that's how you grow something.
That's right. It's not individual executives. It's not kingmakers. It really isn't. Everybody's a slave to algorithms. Everybody's a slave to little things on Twitter that become big things, which is hilarious considering how the algorithms have been, at least on Twitter, been completely doctored for nefarious purposes.
Right.
And yet that's still making huge multi-million-dollar decisions. Decisions on hiring and firing.
It's not someone in charge of the programming saying, this is the talent that I want to represent what our brand is. But it is a guy like Pat McAfee on College Game Day takes his shirt off and stands on top of a chair and gets thousands of college kids to yell and scream. And then that video goes viral and it's like, oh, that's fun.
And then it's gone.
And then it's like, all right, I'm going to tune into College Game Day to see what Pat McAfee does next. And I like his content. I think he has a good information. He knows what the hell he's talking about. And it's all that extra stuff that really leads that content in the algorithm that draws people to watch it.
But that's for another time.
Yeah, I get you.
But that's something I think about a lot. And when we start talking about an NFL team deserving of respect, it's like somebody's applied this college model. Respect from whom, for what? They're 7-3, they're in first place, and you can actually decide by watching the games and looking at statistics how good they are. Right. And ultimately, that will be told on the field.
The Bears right now, Dan, are third in rushing offense. They're sixth in yards per carry at 4.8. They have 8 runs this year of 20-plus yards. A long of 39 was not a touchdown. There have been 11 touchdowns in the NFL this year of 50 yards or more in rushing. Bears obviously don't have one of those. They're 17th in passing yards. They're 14th in yards per attempt at 7.2. On defense, they're 20th in passing yards allowed. They're 25th in rushing yards allowed. On special teams, they have the 5th most kickoff return yards given. That's allowed, 5th most. They're 26th in net average punt yards at 39.5, so one of the lower teams as far as the net punt average is concerned too. Statistically speaking, they're not a team that deserves a ton of credit or recognition. They're just not. Their run game is very good, as being the 3rd best rushing team in the NFL. That's not exciting and sexy right now in the NFL.
No,
it's just not.
Neither is solid interior offensive line play.
Right, and that's what they do really well.
Yep.
And the things they do really well, statistically speaking, are third down defense and red zone defense.
When your best player, right now, the best player on the Bears.
The best player on the Bears?
Is their left guard.
Is Joe Thuney.
Yes. He's the best football player on the Bears.
That's not sexy.
No.
That doesn't sell.
It doesn't mean it's not true.
Doesn't lead contents and algorithms.
No. Joe Thuney is the best player on the Chicago Bears.
Well, maybe he should start posting videos with his shirt off and doing wacky things to draw more attention to the Bears. And maybe they'd get more credit that they deserve. I just don't like the idea that you can't be happy about your team and still be critical of the way they play.
Well, we know that that's not true. And I can tell you right now that in 312 Sports, it's that we're not, I'm trying to do my best. That we're talking about this, but I also really don't want to give it too much attention because so much of this stuff is then being absorbed into these straw man arguments.
Yeah, and that's why I like the platform that we have and the way that we construct what we do. Yeah, we have to play the click game, and you got to get eyes on things. It's part of the business. You have to.
Yeah, we're doing this for money.
We're not. We don't develop our content based on what's going to get pushes.
Correct.
What's going to get likes, and that's how programming happens a lot. What's going to get likes? What's going to get reposted? What's going to be part of the algorithm creature that just flows nonstop?
And sadly, it's happening in news.
Oh, well, yeah.
And luckily, sports doesn't matter, and it's not really that serious. There are places where this same phenomenon is making people dumber, and it is allowing some people to use this phenomenon, just as we're talking about the rejiggering of what's going on Twitter. The people who are out in front of this, and there are bad actors and bad faith actors that are taking advantage of this to nefarious ends. That stuff's real scary. In sports, it's not quite as scary yet, but that's where it starts to where the people are taking advantage of this for purposes that don't befit anyone.
So, Dan, I started a new breakfast routine thanks to my friends at Huel. I have a small bite at home for breakfast. This morning, it was my flaxseed oatmeal.
Okay.
With my blueberries and my walnuts. That's what I have.
Flaxseed oatmeal sounds like the Canadian Red River cereal. I love that.
Oh, it's so good. It's an organic thing, and I reading about flaxseed and how it's good for you. And so threw my walnuts in there and my blueberries, and then I also have it with my Huel Daily Greens drink. Today, I had the peach and hibiscus drink before I left the house. They also have blueberry and apple flavored Daily Green drinks, which I love. I was blown away by the taste. I was never a big guy going for the green drinks, but I do love the Huel Daily Greens. They're full of minerals, vitamins, superfoods, electrolytes, and antioxidants. They're developed by registered nutritionists and dietitians with only 25 calories and 4 grams of fiber. And best part, they only have 1 gram of sugar. Now for lunch, so I flopped it. I'm having my Huel ready-to-drink meals. Each container is 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, 6 grams of fiber. Such an easy way for me to have a great, healthy lunch. I usually have it with me on the train ride home out of the city because I have all of my stash here in the refrigerator at the studio.
Just make sure it's not on the turntable.
I know, not on the turntable. Right. It can't be on the turntable. Here, hang on a second.
No. They're going to get mad at you again.
No, I'm not going to put it on the turntable. I'm going to grab one right here. See, this one right here. This is the chocolate peanut butter flavor. Oh yeah, it's my favorite one. I love that one. So I have a bunch of these in the fridge, and luckily no one's taking them out of the fridge. I dealt with that earlier in our time here at 312 Sports, but no one's touching the Huel.
We had a fridge robber here?
Oh yeah, of my bubbly drinks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I was keeping them.
People thought that the Waterloo stuff there was just for anybody.
Yeah. So no one's touching this because I've threatened people. Oh, there's a note on. I have my bottles in the fridge. There's a note. It says, "Touch this, and you have to deal with Vic. Take you down." So they have great flavors like strawberry banana, chocolate iced coffee, chocolate peanut butter. That's my favorite. I do love it. It's the one I go to the most. And there's some big news too about Huel this month. They launched into Target stores nationwide. Now, Huel makes healthy eating very simple. You can try both products, the ready-to-drink meals and the daily greens, with 15% off your purchase for new customers with my exclusive code FORWARD at Huel.com/forward. That's HUEL.com/forward for 15% off your order. Use my code. Fill out the post-checkout survey. Help support the show. Again, that's Huel.com/forward.
Let's just close that first chapter by saying, you want respect, win. You want utmost respect, have a parade.
Well, preferably after a Super Bowl win. I mean, you could have a parade anytime.
I don't mean just throw a parade. Have a deserved parade, and you'll get deserved respect. It's amazing how, on those tracks, how much respect comes concurrently with championships and competing for championships.
Yeah, and then my final thought would be, if you're a fan of the team, then just be a fan of the team and fan how you want to fan with them.
And don't care what anybody else thinks. It's all right.
People, if your team sucks and you love them, great. Love your team. If your team is great and everyone loves them, great. You can still love your team. Mm-hmm. Just love your team.
It's all good.
And enjoy it and watch it. There you go. Hey, Mike Tomlin, his press conferences are interesting with the media. They are. When he talks about, I've gone back to a couple now just to see if this was a common thing. When he talks about the upcoming opponent, he gets in really great detail talking about the opponents, where Ben Johnson doesn't. Maybe he's just not asked about it.
And some coaches, all they want to do is fluff the opponent.
And so
it's all fluffing and glazing.
So I have a couple cuts here. I don't know how long you want to get into them, but they're
fluffing and glazing. Sorry,
they're about like a minute 40 each, talking about the Bears defense and the Bears offense.
Yeah, I want to hear what Mike Tomlin has to say. All right,
so this is first on the Bears defense.
I'll start first on defense.
That's what I just said.
They have defense. They have Dennis Allen as their coordinator. He's been around. He has a mode of operation, if you will. and you see it in their video. They covet taking the ball away. They lead the league in takeaways. I think they got 22 on the season. DA also prides himself in good possession down defense. I think they're second in the league in terms of third down success rate. And I think those two statistics are the catalyst for why they're playing really good defense and they're a 7-3 football team. They're taking the ball away from people. They're playing really good on possession downs. Offensive units are at about 33.7, I think, % conversion rates. Couple that with what's going on the offensive side of the ball, you certainly have your challenges. They got quality players at all levels. They picked up Sweat a couple of years ago from Washington. He's a signature of their front and edge rush. He's a challenge, certainly, to deal with, and has been. At the linebacker level, Edmonds, man, is a sideline-to-sideline tackler, big-time athlete. He's a good blitzer. I think he's got 4 interceptions on the season. They got some guys in the secondary that are really taking advantage of some circumstances, man, and getting people in one-dimensional moments. People have to absorb risk to keep pace with them, come back in football games, et cetera. And they're getting a lot of turnovers. Kevin has done it a long time at the safety position. He's been a ball guy. I was just, talking to someone this morning, man. He picked off balls as a member of the Tennessee Titans. He picked off balls at Middle Tennessee State. Guys that have a knack for securing the ball. Generally, they do it regardless of environment, and it certainly continues in Chicago for him. I think he leads them with 5 interceptions. They're getting some quality play outside at corner as well. Man, Gardner Johnson is a recent acquisition for them, and boy, he has really got on the move and trained in a really impressive fashion. He plays the nickel for him. He blitzes quite a bit. He's really good in underneath defense and man-to-man circumstances. I think he's got 3 sacks. As I mentioned, their third down posture is an aggressive one. They're in an up posture a lot. They blitz and bring a lot of people, Gardner Johnson being one of them, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Brisker as well. He's a down safety that's in and around the line of scrimmage quite a bit. I've known that young man a long time and got respect for his talents and his relationship with the game and the energy that he plays with.
Now respect. See, you Mike Tomlin is there to respect the Bears' defense.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, well, he glossed over some of the issues they're having, like stopping the run and all that.
Yeah, but it's interesting to hear a guy in the AFC, so he's not concerned about the Bears as much, or NFC teams. Obviously, they have them on their schedule, but to be that in depth at this point of the Chicago Bears when they're not really on their radar. That's me over here.
What the hell is that?
I told you it's the ghost in my phone.
What is going on?
I tell you, it just goes off
I'm
by
looking
itself.
at my
I saw you look at
phone.
your phone. I'm like, oh shit, is it mine again? It just like things start playing.
What do you mean?
Like I have apps, like audio apps, and things just start playing on their own.
All right. Well, I think your settings might need to be adjusted.
I don't know how. Well, how do I set the things to stop playing on your own? Turn Ghost off?
Ask Marcus.
I'm not going to ask an engineer of a radio station how to work my iPhone.
What do you think they're there for?
To not help me being an idiot.
Well, if you had to download all these audio things because of your job, it would be their
Oh, no, it wasn't because of my job.
Oh,
it's just
it
stuff.
was like a porno thing? Or?
No, it's not a porno audio app. Yeah. I don't really like watching porno. I just like listening to it. I should make an app of just audio porn. Oh, man, that's really hot.
Ow. Ow. Oh, no, wait.
All right.
I'm
going to jot that down as our next $1 million idea.
Our killer app?
Audio porn.
Audio-only porn?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
All right.
But it's just to have that while, he's dealing with the issues.
Hello. This is Morgan Freeman.
Now we get Morgan Freeman to voice it over.
Right.
Wait, and to reenact it? Maybe we get Mike Tomlin. The way he, like...
It's Michael Caine.
Oh, God.
Right?
Jesus.
Sorry.
So Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman doing porn for us on our audio-only porn app.
Yeah.
What would we call it?
auto porn. I'll come up with it.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Let me just put that on the back burner and come up with that.
How about
I didn't mean to derail you. It was your phone's fault.
I almost called it Portio.
Pornio?
Pornio,
like
but then I immediately thought of Farmio.
Yes. Rub it up and down, because that's what one does.
It's funny that you
now start talking about St. Rita baseball. Yes, more.
Right there. There it is. That's the sweet spot. Listening to Mike Tomlin, I thought he'd be good to do audio children's books. If we can take another turn
super
with it.
straightforward.
Yeah. If you had Mike Tomlin doing Goodnight Moon. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon.
Yeah, somebody's using that now. There's some company that's using the Goodnight Moon pacing with a Good Morning thing. It's like a coffee or a pill or something. I don't know what they're selling, but it's something.
Coffee or a pill.
Something like that. It's
something
about
you take in the morning.
Yeah, Good Morning this and Good Morning that and Good Morning this, but it's all in the rhythm.
Do you think he would scare children though?
Yes.
Do you think kids would go to bed faster?
Well, have you read that? Have you read the children's book, Go the Fuck to Sleep?
No, I've read Goodnight Moon a lot,
It's hysterical. It's hysterical.
It's called Go the Fuck to Sleep?
Yes, look it up. It was when I saw it.
Get Mike Tomlin to read that.
I was laughing
that would work.
out loud when I read it. I'll find it.
Oh, boy.
You never heard of it?
No, I haven't read a children's book in a while.
Oh, they have Samuel L. Jackson reading it.
Seriously?
Yes. Yep. The title of the book is.
Wait, is there like a video of it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's probably an AI reading. I don't know, or maybe it really is him. I'm sure it's AI, but it is the book Go the Fuck to Sleep, as if read by Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah. I happened to pick. I saw it sitting there at like a Barnes and Noble in Old Orchard, and I picked it up. I was howling. It's great. Are you loading it in?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try.
Oh no, are you really?
Yeah, why not?
Written by Adam Mansbach, narrated by Samuel L. Jackson.
The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep.
You've never heard this? Oh, yeah.
The wind whispers soft through the grass, hun. The field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep.
All right.
Okay, like that's and there's more, but that's it. Yeah. That's just what you made me think of.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Oh.
That's good. That's good stuff. All right,
I'm so glad I'm removed now from that time in my life.
Oh yeah. Well,
ooh, now it's like don't give yourself a concussion while you're playing video games while drunk.
Right. Well, I'm next year. Well, not next year. A couple years from now, I'll be back to reading children's books to the grandkids.
To the grandkids.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like Peter Falk in Princess Bride.
Okay. I hope not.
Yeah, you are. You're like. Where was I? Oh yeah, the shrieking eels. That's right. Okay. Well, I can stop here if you want. You don't like kissing. Yeah.
All right, Mike Tomlin on the Bears offense. And we'll get this back on track maybe.
Yeah.
Or we just end it right now.
Yeah, just bail.
Bye. Take care.
It's only Wednesday. What are we doing? All right, Mike Tomlin, on which is this? The Bears offense?
I guess.
All right, let's hear it.
And then on the offensive side of the ball,
okay.
Certainly Ben Johnson challenges you schematically. With his approach to ball is somewhat unique, but it is a mode of operation. They run the ball. They have a commitment. They have a two-back system similar to what they had in Detroit. They have some highly successful perimeter runs like they also did in Detroit. They got some third down runs that they'll push your way. They're gadget-oriented. The reverse game is a big component of it as well. All things that we saw from him in Detroit. They're doing a real good job of taking care of the ball on that side as well. We got a defense that's got 22 takeaways, and I think you've only turned it over 6 times on offense. You're going to be 7-3 or something of that nature. You're going to win a lot of football games, and they have. They do a great job of preserving the ball and protecting it. I can't say enough about what I've seen from Caleb Williams. Certainly, I had studied him a lot, being a young guy in this league and an NFC guy, but just really impressed with his physical talents, his ability to throw the football, his accuracy, his arm strength, his ability to extend, his ability to see the full field while doing so, minimizing negativity, the creativity associated with his escapability and play extension is really challenging. It's not only challenging in the stadium, but to be quite honest with you, it's challenging to duplicate in the process of prep. I doubt Will Howard is going to give us a quality look at some of that stuff I've been looking at on tape, for example. He's got a full complement of eligibles to work with. DJ Moore and others, man, are really impressive. But he's also got some emerging young people, and you feel the emergence of some of the young talent. Loveland obviously had a big game the other week against the Bengals. He's on the come, and so is Luther, their young receiver from Missouri. It's just, particularly as you get to this stage of the season, some of these young, talented people that people have a lot of draft capital invested in usually captures my attention. They're usually finding their footing in this thing, and their talents are starting to show up more consistently. And so those are two lesser-known guys that really have my attention as I study and watch tape, and we're at the early stages of formulating a plan. Can't say enough about their commitment to the run game, though. They're number 2 in the league in rushing, and you can't underscore that. But that's something that was very evident. That commitment was very evident from his time in Detroit as well.
Couple of things.
Okay.
First, my favorite thing, both he says preserving the ball and protecting it.
They preserve and protect.
How do you put it away?
They pickle it,
hermetically seal it, or you brine it, or you freeze it, or you cure it.
I think they pickle it.
You can it. You make preserves,
like big mason jar,
right? With pectin in there and some sugar. They preserve the ball. Also, Luther, the young receiver. It sounds like
he's a rapper,
a hip hop producer. Yeah, right. There's Tyler, the creator, and there's Luther, the young receiver. You know, if that would be a nom de guerre that he would give himself.
Well, maybe the police in Pittsburgh, they preserve and protect. So maybe that's what
the ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
The ball.
The precious, precious ball. Luther, the young receiver. That's a good bit for him. That means he probably has to dress up funny. If you have a name, if you're like, I don't know, if you were to be like Maddie the podcaster, wouldn't you have to wear like oversized hats?
No.
Or like giant glasses?
I need a better name than that. That's not good.
Or if I were
so work on that. Work on our audio porn name too for our app.
But I just think if you adopt the affectatious name of something, you have to dress sort of provocatively or artistically.
Maybe just like in a giant diaper.
That's sure.
One way to do it
all the time.
Just a diaper.
All the time. Remember when that opened in Arlington Heights? Remember that joint where like adults were showing up and putting diapers on and walking around? Remember that whole thing? Yeah, we did a thing on the show about it.
Oh, God.
About the diaper place?
No.
Oh, it's creepy. And then what happened was a guy listened to the show.
He went?
Well, one of the, I'm not going to mention any names, but one of the umpires for one of Jason's games said something. He's like, hey, you know that thing you were talking about the place where people go to wear diapers? He goes, one of the coaches in this league is one of those guys.
Oh, boy.
It's like, no, you got to tell me who it is. I'm not going to tell you. And I'm still waiting to find out who it is.
I thought you were saying that somebody went and they saw Terry.
Hey, buddy. Sir, the diaper's not supposed to be on your head.
Yeah, on top of a book.
I don't know, buddy. You do whatever you want there, you rat bastard. You can kiss a sick monkey's wet ass.
But Mike Tomlin spent more time.
Like a rattle in each hand.
He spent more time talking about the Bears than Ben Johnson has talked about any opponent in their first 10 games.
Good for him. I mean,
he gets into
I didn't learn a whole lot other than they preserve the ball with Luther, the young receiver. But okay.
All right, I got one other piece of audio for you.
Good.
And this was from...
Because I'm losing concentration, apparently.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
We're almost
done.
done.
We got 2 more things on there.
I know, we're almost done.
No, we're not.
Just keep your focus.
We're only halfway.
Give me another 12 minutes.
I think I might have that in me.
All
I don't know.
So I was going through audio of the Minnesota Vikings and caught Matt Daniels.
Matt Daniels.
Their special
That's
teams.
a good football name right there.
Special teams coordinator. He had I think a 3 or 4 year career in the NFL.
Okay.
He's been the special teams coordinator since 2022. And this was Matt Daniels meeting with the media after the Bears game. Not immediately after. It was within Monday or Tuesday. And talking about Duvernay's kick return that set up the winning field goal.
Be quite honest with you, I've been in the league now 8 years, played football a long time in this league, and I've never felt the way I felt after that football game. Never, because you just look at the play, what happened, and again, you just rather get beat a different way. I just rather lose a different way. Like, if they took that ball up the sideline and hit it on us, I would be able to live with that. But, yeah, it was tough.
They blocked it up pretty well.
Yeah. But, I mean, there was, no disrespect or anything. A lot of respect for what the Chicago Bears, their unit, Devin Duvernay, all this and that. But, I mean, it could have been anybody. Son, if you got a son or anybody, all he did was just catch it and run back to the field, and everybody just kind of got washed inside, and it wasn't anything that they did more so than a lack of us maintaining our leverage and keeping the football on our inside shoulder is
no disrespect, though.
What ended up happening.
So what do you think of that?
Yeah, no disrespect to those great Chicago Bears, but somebody's kid could have done that.
Right.
Which is him saying how bad his unit was.
Still.
You don't want to have a bad unit, but
it was. I thought it was odd that I'd prefer to lose any other way. Like, if you'd have taken it to the house, I'd have been okay with that. Really? I'd rather
up
have
the sideline.
I'd rather have you stop my guy and then try to defend a 54-yard field goal or 48-yard field goal.
That was weird.
It was weird, right?
I don't know. It was a little weird, but no disrespect. But they didn't do anything, and anybody could have done that.
Even your kid could have done it. All he did was catch the ball and run up the field. Isn't that what a kickoff return is, Coach? Catching the ball and running up the field? I mean, all he did was catch the ball and run up the field.
All he did was return the kickoff.
Like, what is a return then, Coach? Is it catching the ball and running up the field?
Well, if it were, then all these guys would lose their phony baloney jobs. Harumph!
So then basically anybody's kid could do that because all he did was catch the ball and run up the field.
Well, they're sure paying him a lot of money for it.
So maybe he has a different understanding of what a kickoff return is.
I don't know, but
I'd like to
that's
learn
an
it.
Interesting take. That's a very interesting take, that he was that miserable because of how they lost, because he returned the kick.
Because I'm pretty sure in that Vikings game, they had kick returns and they caught the ball and ran up the field, right?
Yes. Multiple times.
They didn't do it any special way. They weren't, Declan Doyle with some unorthodox, strategies and plans.
Richard Hightower, wouldn't it?
Like, did they? Well, he was the unorthodox guy, though. Like, did they maybe? I don't know. Maybe in other games, the Vikings returners have caught the ball and ran backwards, or they've spun around on top of their
and down in place,
so they didn't move.
I don't know, or just ran in a circle.
I like the idea of catching and just jumping up and down.
It's outside the box.
And then what would you do as a defender? You'd be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Are you okay, man?
They don't tackle him?
Right. They just got boing, 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 boing. I've never seen this before. Well, this is really interesting.
Oh, the Bears, all they do is catch it and run up the field.
Okay. Is that what he said to his boss?
I don't know. What happened on that play? Well, I don't know.
I don't know. The guy caught him. He ran up the field.
Really threw us for a loop.
Take it up with him.
We weren't expecting that.
That's what they're expecting us to do.
We thought he'd catch it and just stand there so we could tackle him. We didn't know he was going to run.
Hey, look, team does something you've never seen before. Tip your cap to him.
Like, how are we supposed to defend that, Coach? He caught it and ran.
I don't know what
do you want me to do, run down there and tackle him?
What do you want our guys to do? Pursue him?
I don't know. It was so weird.
That's a little strange.
Yeah.
I think you know what it is? It's inside special teams coordinator stuff. All the other special teams coordinators like, yep, you tell him. Yeah, I know. I've been there. I don't know. There must be something we're missing on that.
Yeah.
If he'd gone up the sideline and scored, great.
Would have been fine with that. But not the fact that we stopped him and then they kicked a field goal and we won.
Maybe the next Vikings opponent should try that sideline thing.
Well, only if the game.
We know that's going to happen.
Only if the game is within reach and they can win.
You're taking up a sideline and score. Like we know we can't stop that. But that one, the whole running it right up the field thing, caught us by surprise.
Wow.
That was like just a unicorn of a play right there. Thank you, by the way, to Beer Church, as always, for being dear friends and supporters of everything we're doing here at 312 Sports and Forward Progress. And you got to get there. There's never a bad time to go hang out there on the patio, watch games, drink some of their fabulous craft brews that they make in small batches. And they love to tell you about it. I ask everybody about it. They can bring you tastes and they can pair it with whatever you're eating. And when you start looking at the menu, the hymnal, drink, eat, repent, repeat, you're going to want to order everything on here. So do that. Do multiple trips and order everything on here. That's my recommendation because I've tried much of this. And it's all amazing. All their breads, everything baked in-house. They call it their communion bread. Their wings are fantastic. The pork shank pops are an Asian presentation with like a soy marinade and a plum sauce and green onions, and they're fantastic.
Oh, I should have had those.
Pork shanks, you didn't?
Yeah, no. We did the...
a reason for you to go back to Beer Church.
No, I did the stuffed banana peppers.
Oh, yeah. They're known for the pizza. They have a school, the pizza-making school. Private party. Do it. Get your friends together. Get your work group together and make sure that you just Google Beer Church Pizza School and you can book the private class. So go to beerchurchbrewing.com and get that done. Get your slot there, and then you will learn all about the process. And I know, Maddie, you're a purist. I am too. But they've got the coolest specialty pizzas there. Whatever you like, they can make, or should I say you can make when you go there. You can eat at your private party. Sure, you can get hands-on and do all the stuff for the wood-fire kitchen, and they'll just keep bringing them out. You can eat every pizza on the menu until you say stop. I'm not kidding. And it's lunch or dinner, private, exclusive. BeerChurchBrewing.com, or just head out there, New Buffalo, Michigan, quick trip from Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. BeerChurchBrewing.com.
So, Cam Skattebo, the Giants running back who the Bears did not see, he's back in the news.
What did he do?
A little bit. Well, he didn't.
He wasn't
anything.
poking his head in the injury tent again.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, you're fine. Get out of there.
What he did was attended WWE's Monday Night Raw at MSG. That's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, they were talking a lot about it for the Duke-Kansas game and going back through history and pointing out all the amazing things that have happened. It really is a great place to watch a basketball game. My favorite place.
When we were there in last December, it's almost a year ago, and saw the Knicks and the Pistons play, I was really blown away how special it was being there. I didn't think it would impact me as much as it did, but it was pretty special to be there at MSG, watch a game. I didn't think I would be what it was, and it certainly was. And the fact that it was Knicks' homecoming night and they lost, and Kate Cunningham had a triple-double, made it even better. So he was at WWE's Monday Night Raw. So that's WWE's MNR at MSG, Dan. He was there with teammates Abdul Carter and Roy Robertson Harris.
Okay.
He was going back and forth with one of the wrestlers during a skit, which the wrestler then pushed him. He was behind a barrier, pushed Skattebo, and then Skattebo pushed the wrestler as well. The clip then going viral.
Okay. Well,
A handful of local radio hosts blasted Skattebo for risking his health by taking part in the show.
Oh, no.
Skattebo took to social media to defend himself. He said, honestly, if you don't like that I'm having a good time while dealing with a tough time, then just go ahead and unfollow and casually move on.
Risking his health how?
By being pushed and then pushing back.
Do they know this stuff is all choreographed? Like, what do they think the risk was? That he was going to be involved in some sort of melee that would break out?
I would hope they know that it's scripted.
Oh, my God.
And an act and a skit.
It's a bit. This is like the people that were mad at Jay Cutler for walking up the stairs at a restaurant after he left the NFC Championship game with a knee sprain.
Oh, I remember.
Remember that?
Yes, that's
or people were mad at Carlos Zambrano for going out to dinner the night he got kicked out of a game for inciting a brawl. What is he doing?
I forgot about the Jay Cutler thing. That's right. People were lunatics that he walked up the stairs. Like, how could he walk up the stairs if he was too injured to play?
Because, oh God, a handful, not just one loopy host.
Yeah, this is from NFL.com. It says a handful of local radio hosts. I haven't gone online to take a look and see what kind of grief he received, but he says I'm not able to play football and have fun. I've been having the fun I've been having my whole life. So I am doing things outside the box, trying to find stuff to keep me happy.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of y'all's week. And just don't talk about me if you ain't got nothing nice to say. Skattebo wore a jersey of Rangers enforcer Matt Rempe. No idea who he is. If he currently plays or played before. Recovering from that broken right fibula, dislocated right ankle after getting hurt in really bad loss to the Eagles.
Yeah, so it's full of pins and everything. How did he endanger his health?
I don't know. He's supposed to be just sitting at home on a big cloud and not moving.
You think he's not ambulatory? That he's not going through physical therapy every day?
You know what, though? And I like what he said. Honestly, if you don't like that I'm having a good time while dealing with a tough time, then just go ahead and unfollow and casually move on. A little bit of insight there about what he's going through mentally right now.
Yeah, good for him for sharing.
And for sharing that. I mean, yeah, he didn't obviously go any deeper than that, but you can read between the lines. And I can't imagine what he's going through mentally right now. Having the start of his career that he was having it taken away by a gruesome injury. And he just wants to get his mind off things, and he goes to a game with an event with a couple teammates. They see that he's there. They know that he's coming, whatever it might be.
And they call him and
they say, hey, do you want to get involved?
A piece of a work, yeah.
You're going to push a wrestler, and you'll be between a barrier. You'll push a guy. He'll push you. You want to be part of it.
There was a barrier?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like he was in the ring. No, he's a fan, probably in the front row. You know, they have those big barriers, whether they're the gates or, look like roadblock type things. And
like a K-rail.
Yeah, you're behind that, and a wrestler's out there, and maybe part of the skit brought the wrestler to that area, and Skattebo said something, and then he said something to Skattebo, and then they push each other. You've seen that hundreds of times if you watch a wrestling event.
And that endangered his health.
Yeah, that's what a handful of local radio hosts blasted Skattebo.
Oh, God. Okay.
But I just, it made me feel bad for him.
Yeah.
That, like, what he's going through, because we don't think about that as fans of these athletes, that all they are is assets to us watching games. And particularly with fantasy football, how that's overtaken so much of what we do with
football, prop bets and all the death threats from the prop bets.
Yeah, but I mean, even, like, I stopped playing fantasy. This is the first time I played fantasy in probably 10 years, 12 years. Here with our Hubbard group. But I remember it was a Broncos receiver that got injured and was out, and it cost me like a playoff appearance or during the playoffs. I remember getting pissed. And I'm like, all right, well, this isn't good. I'm going to stop doing this. It's stupid. But I felt bad for him reading what he wrote on Twitter. That dealing with a tough time, just what he's going through mentally, what he's lost for his rookie season. And then people are going to criticize him for being a part of a scripted skit for wrestling.
That would be like criticizing him for appearing in a play.
Yes.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like if he were in
make an appearance on some Broadway thing in New York, some special thing.
The final scene of Hamlet or something, when everybody's getting killed. He could have endangered his health. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Just stay. We should just encase him in
bubble wrap,
plastic, and put him somewhere because he's not allowed to do anything. All right, whatever. That's just too bad. People know better. I hope that people that anybody who was. Did anybody saying that actually believe that, or do they think it was just something you were supposed to say?
I don't know. People just want to
rile people
meatball out.
Yeah, and it's low common denominator stuff.
Yep.
Oy. All right, well, that does it for Forward Progress, does it not?
Thankfully, yes.
No,
what the fuck you did?
I thought it was fun. I want to go back and hear the Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I think I'm going to listen on the train ride home.
It's really fun.
Does it pick up and get more aggressive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Not only that, it gets more realistic about the way a kid actually behaves. Like when he was starting, he's like, "You're not thirsty. Don't try that on me." It keeps going down that road a little bit. Yeah. It is very wise as far as the time of toddlers, and I'm going to get wistful because I miss some of that stuff. But that is Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast on 312 Sports.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abatacola on 312 Sports.